both in these phases. I want to throw this question to Souls. I saw a number of people. I saw Rivals tweeting that Arteta has been found out, and I've seen a number of Arsenal fans tweeting and posting messages, words to the effect of maybe this is like the beginning of the end. Maybe the players and the manager are just sort of a bit bored of each other.
Their ceiling.
Could it be their ceiling? Do you think there's any truth to any of that, Souls?
I mean, it's difficult to say because when you're actually looking at it, he's not making any ballsy decisions. He's not doing anything that actually inspires confidence in these players. You know, this is his squad. This is his bench. This is his starting 11. I'm not hearing any excuses other than this is on the manager right now. At halftime, everyone, right, even the rivals were baffled. How the fuck have you kept the same 11?
Yeah.
Everyone's baffled. His biggest lovers, his biggest haters, we're all unified for the one decision. How have you come out with this, right? That actually, let me keep the same stinkers on the pitch. How do you, and think about it, if you're having stinker after stinker, you're 45 minutes of stinker at work, and nothing's changing, they're not changing procedures, they're not changing processes, they're not changing tactics, what are you going to do on that pitch? You are going to fail to realize that if he had just thrown Ethan Nawari and said, you know what, here's your time to shine. I know he may have had a stinker of a cameo, but having that ballsy moment, just having that moment where you take the game as a manager and go, I'm going to do something that shocks the world. The problem with Arteta is he doesn't want to win. He wants to win whilst being acknowledged. Fuck you. No one gives a shit about you, fam. Team needs to win. Arsenal needs to win. Arteta doesn't need to win. Why do you need to make everything so complicated and this brainiac thing that you need to be the Einstein of football? Sometimes it's fine to be stupid. Sometimes it's fine to be stale. Your system worked for 4 seasons. You were competing, and now as soon as you have one injury, your brain cells disappear. Did Odegaard's injury cause you to have brain damage? Because all you had to do was bring a number 10 in. And for those people who say we didn't have star factor, we didn't have anything on the bench, whose fault's that? That's Arteta's. You decided to get rid of ESR. You decided to loan out Fabio Vieira, promote a youth player, right, and bring Ethan Nawari into the squad and then go, oh shit, we don't have a number 10. Oh, wait a minute, Ethan's right there. Fuck that. Trossard, you play. 45 minutes stinker. Ethan, looking back on your bench and going, actually, Ethan, stay on that bench, lad. How do you?
So can I just get it right?
How and where?
So
and
everybody agrees. Everybody here agrees that Ethan should have started, right? Yeah.
Yeah. As an opposition fan, I would.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't.
It's not about whether he should start or not.
By the way,
for me,
I don't think he should have started.
You've got to keep your system as recognizable as possible. Don't build a house up and renovate a house just to demolish it the next day.
Yeah,
that's not how the world works. The problem is, right, everyone's confused on that pitch because they're so used to playing in a certain way and they've been so successful in playing a certain way that Arteta's come in with one injury and decided, you know what, I don't even know what football is anymore. Stop being the main character and just do what you know that works. That's all we needed. January is January. We can't sit here and say we need a striker. What can we do now? The problem with Arteta is he needs to do what Troy Deeney said that Arsenal don't have and grow a pair of fucking balls. True. Grow a pair of balls and make this your moment. And I'm going to say this. If it wasn't for Unai Emery and Freddie, I don't even think Saka has an Arsenal career. Because this guy is allergic to playing anyone who comes through the academy. I am sick to death of this thing of he's not ready. Every time he plays, he inspires confidence. You do not promote and sell every single player in that position and make this kid your understudy and not play him when you need him. You've got an injury. Do what you were ballsy enough to do in the summer and play that player. Just grow a pair of balls is what we need right now. And inspire.
Can we not hold the ball to account, though? Can we not hold the ball to account? Because when you look at that window, right, and I've said this many times, and I hate to keep on harping on about it, but when you look at that window, you look at Moreno, you look at Calafiori, and you look at Sterling, the signings, does that really inspire hope of coming into a season and dethroning Man City? Does it really? Right? Raheem Sterling, the dross from Chelsea, right? The leftovers from Chelsea, right? Calafiori, a talented young centre-back, but okay, is he really going to help us going forward? Where was the addition? Moreno, who's supposed to be the duel winner, right? The player that's supposed to fix our left-hand side, I've been told by all these tacticals, all these Twitter people, all these people online, right? Moreno doesn't look any better on the ball than Granit Xhaka. He looks worse than Granit Xhaka on the ball. Xhaka at least would consistently find passes between the lines. Xhaka will consistently ask for the ball and set tempo. What is Moreno's biggest strength is his duel winning and his ability to attack the box. What does he offer us on the ball? When I looked at that window, I didn't feel inspired, and I've said that over and over again. We've gone into a summer, and we haven't bought anything to topple City with, and then we're here scratching our heads come November why we don't look a much better side. Because those plays in isolation do not.
Guys, I was
Edu, because even if you look at reports and look at what KSC offered the money has always been available. The money has never been a problem from the KSC, and we've seen that in the seasons Arteta's been here. They had a war chest of £250 million to spend, and they said, you know what, forget that. We'll go get a Sterling for free.
So you really believe that? You believe that out of Moreno and say Bruno Guimaraes, for instance, all the other midfield options they can.
Matt O'Reilly from Celtic was the player you should have got.
Right, you really think Arteta would have said? Right, you really think Arteta would have said, "Bring me Moreno"? Out of all the possible players, a guy that's cut. Huh?
But here's the thing,
because Bruno, you know the thing is, you know the reason why I say he'll do that is because Mikel Moreno is easier to manage. Bruno Guimaraes has his problems. He has got a bit of a nasty streak about him, not in a bad way, but he's just a bit more of a you have to manage him. Whereas Moreno, you tell him to do a job, he'll listen to you. He's more compliant. He's a robot.
I hear where you guys are coming from. I want to jump into some of these super chats here because I know everyone's watching the other games as well. This here says, Ineos, go for Bruno Guimaraes. We need a boss. I mean, he looked pretty decent. Yeah. Haven't lost faith in the team. I fear the collapse. Listen, and I get why Arsenal fans would be fearing that. How's that revenge tasting? In fairness, I did say Arsenal would win today. It's not my revenge. But I also stated, if people go back to what I said when I previewed it, is that if Newcastle scored in that opening 15 to 20 minutes, they would go on to win the game. I thought it was going to be one of those matches today.
Terry, the one person who did get their revenge was Jorginho on Bruno. I don't know if you guys saw the last 5 minutes. He got his elbow in on the
I did see that right at the end. I did see that.
That was personal.
I did see that. Saka was missing. Same for What would you? I want to go to Steve on this. Would you say Saka was missing today, or do you think Hall just had a great game?
I think it was a bit of both. I'd lean more honestly towards Lewis Hall because defensively, Philip will agree with me on this. Both of our young fullbacks defensively, that's not their primary strength right now. It's going forward. It's creating. It's the comfort on the ball, getting out of tight areas. Defensively, both of them have a lot of work to do, but we've seen some great performances from both of them. They're young players, and today was a big step in the right direction for both of those young English players. So I felt it was more of Livramento and Lewis Hall stepping up.
Can I say something real quick to what you just said? The truth about today's game is the energy levels of Newcastle was at 99%. Arsenal was at 75%. Forget how we're set up. Look, let's leave tactics out of it for now, just for a second. The players on the pitch, Lewis Hall, did you see how he was marking Saka? It's almost like Saka was trying to glide. Dude, stamp your feet on the ground, be strong, and shove him off the ball. This is
question for